Hello everyone and welcome to the studio. Today a very special video about plugins, my top selections for 2022, the ones you shouldn't miss, the ones you might not even know exist because they're brand new, plus plugins that got an upgrade, added features that are now a very interesting choice for all music producers out there. So definitely stay tuned. So we got right here my new song, Black Heart. I made it like 2-3 months ago. It's like very close to being released and it's perfect to showcase you some of these new plugins. First up, we got Bylandia. You might know them from like online mastering. I think they're like the biggest company doing online masterings for people out there. They now have their own plugin suite. Acoustic, bass, beats, electric, and voice. So let me demo them really quick. So let's start with bass. I added it to my main synthesizer of the song, which has quite a lot of bass information actually. Adds a little bit of bass, removes a little bit of top end. Let's check out 2 or 3 presets. And as you already can see, what's different here, the presets change settings in the background, and then it's just you adding how much of that effect to your sound. So it's a one knob that actually has more parameters and knobs than the background. Very perfect for like quick and easy adjustments. And then left and right, we got amp effects and modulation effects. So there's a bunch of stuff, very creative. You can test them for free. If you're interested, I'll link it down below in the description. Let's maybe check out the other ones. Sounds all really good, really nice. Works, of course, on drums more intended, but I think you can misuse all of them and use them on different material. Let's check out the vocal one really quick on actual vocals, because this song has amazing vocals.
Your heart takes me to places in the dark. Your soul, your mind takes me to places I left behind.
It's a big shortcut, especially for beginners, people that need something quick and easy. One knob plugins done in a slightly different way with way more settings behind it. But all you got to do is select the right setting, the right preset, and then just decide how much of it you want. Next up, we actually got something that isn't really technically speaking a plugin, but there's like a plugin implementation into your DAW. And I've been already using it for years. It's my go-to sample library collection by LoopCloud. They have like a standalone app you can just open up, and they added a new feature that I think is really handy, especially again for beginners, people starting out that just need good top-notch quality samples. You know how important it is to have the right kick for the right style of music. If I don't know, ghost produce for someone else a trap song, I need trap samples, otherwise it will never sound like trap. Right here, you got everything. There's like a monthly subscription plan, you get points, you know the deal. And what's new about it are the curated collections. It's basically like playlists for music, but instead for music, it's right here for samples. So I, for example, purchased just recently, let me check where it is, the Beatport Techno playlist, sample playlist. It's selected by Beatport. There is a ton of stuff in there that is made for techno, that is being used by people that make techno, and is a good starting point, a creative starting point for your song. Let's maybe play one of those samples. Like a glitchy kind of drum loop. One-shot samples, always handy. Atmospheres, ambient stuff, background stuff, drones. And then another one that I just got recently is, where is it? The vocal one. It's called House Acapellas. Something I always need, even if it's just like chopping out like a small bit out of the vocal and using it as a sample, as a starting point.
If it makes you feel better, apology accepted.
You get all of the keys, the BPM, it's just drag and drop into your DAW and you can get started. Maybe eventually replace it with another vocal if you want to do like songwriting and everything, just as a placeholder. Or maybe like you like it, it's royalty free, it can stay in there, you can release your music. Or maybe you just chop it up and sample it in a way that anyway no one recognizes it anymore. But it's nice to have some human feel in your songs and have access to it very easily.
It's time to turn your life around.
Some soulful R&B vibe kind of vocal. And you can change the pitch, you can change the length, the tempo, the key. You can reverse it. There's a bunch of stuff you can already do in the software to test your sample before actually even purchasing it. And once you get it, it stays in your DAW and it's yours. Also, if any of the plugins that I'm talking about in this video is on sale or there's any kind of discount, I'll put it on my Instagram. You can go check it out there. Also linked down below in the description. Next up, we got Baby Audio with Crystalline. It's an algorithmic reverb that has one feature that I absolutely love. You can sync it to your DAW. You can decide the start and end time of your reverb and have it in sync to your clock, to the BPM. So for example, if you have a snare, you put the reverb on top and you can make the reverb stop whenever the next snare or the next kick hits to have really clean kind of sounds. Nothing flows over another part. You can really control it. Then you got, of course, your size, sparkle, and width, which controls the reflections. Depth, you got resolution, modulation, and shimmer. With cleanup, you can EQ, you can high pass, low pass. You can decide on the frequency. Tone is a tilt EQ. There's smoothing, and transients lets you shift like the focus of the reverb on the attack or release. But let's just like play it a little on top of that synth sound. Very nice, clean reverb. Just when you open up the plugin, let's check some presets. And right here you got your start point and end point of the reverb. Output section, dry, wet. Pretty self-explanatory. Just go, again, check it out. You can have like a demo for free and test it for yourself, see if it's something for you. Next up, we got by Boom Audio Überlaut, or Überlaut, if you pronounce it the German correct kind of way. I like it a lot. It's like a limiter and a clipper. You can also denoise your signal. It works in a 1, 2, and 3 band kind of way, and you can like choose a character between noise and stress, which really pushes the sound by a lot. I added it to the master of the entire song.
With my black heart.
That's already quite extreme for putting it on top of the master. I've used it on the master in a subtle way, and I've used it a lot actually on snares and drum buses to clip a little the elements that are just sticking out a little, to clip them and limit them. Let's check out the let's actually check out the 3-band, because you can now push the lows, the mids, and the highs like differently from each other. So it's basically multi-band. Especially the high push on the master adds a lot. Absolutely love it. Gives you like that sparkle, the kind of top end depending on the style of music. That's really something desirable. And then up here we also got the clipper. All again here, very extreme settings just for demonstration. Whenever you do something on the master, be as subtle as possible. If you put it on single elements, you can go a little crazier. Next up by BitSoul and Dojo, a plugin called Amplify. A friend of mine recommended that actually. It's fairly simple. You got transients, drive, bit crush, on, off, some presets, and then bit depth, tone, control, and like other parameters for the other settings. I've added it to the master. Let's demonstrate it really quick. Transient's really nice to add or remove a tag to tighten things up, especially on drums. If there is like too much going on, or on a drum loop, you can tighten it up and make it sound a lot cleaner. Then we got drive. Again, here you can use it in a subtle way, in a very destructive way. Bit crush. Last but not least, we got something that is very interesting. This one right here is called Transfumator. It does something kind of simple, but I don't know any other plugin that does it. And I don't know why no one else ever thought of this before. I selected here as a sidechain the back ARP, like the ARP that is playing in the background and giving like a little atmosphere. And it's on the master. So let's play it really quick. So it crossfades between the sidechain signal, the ARP, and the signal wherever it is on the channel. It's now on the master, so it's crossfading between the ARP and the entire song. And you could use it, for example, having it on a synth and a second synth layer and crossfade between those two. And on top, it also gives you like settings, presets, and effects to morph from one sound to another, and that makes it a lot more interesting. And those are my favorite plugins of 2022. The ones that I use to make my music, the ones where I think they're handy and they give me something additional that nothing else can actually bring to the table. There is one more thing in today's video. We got a giveaway with Wiseband. They're like a distributor. If you're interested to release your music on Spotify, all other platforms for an entire year, there is a chance to win. Just comment down below which one of the plugins you like the most that I just showcased and which one is the most interesting to you. Let me know if you own any of them and what you think about them, and you'll have a chance to win an entire year of free music releases on all platforms. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any other plugin recommendations for 2022, let me know. See you again in the next video.